In this lesson, what I'm going to do is introduce to you some set notation and some interval notation, which is required quite often in the A-level maths syllabus. So first of all, you might or might not have seen these symbols before that represent sets of numbers. And there they are. So these symbols you need to learn. So this hollow R symbol, sometimes called a double R, is the set of all real numbers. So any number that you can visualize at all, pi, 7.3, 9, root 2, any number that we can use in real life is called a real number. A subset of these numbers contained within all the real numbers are positive integers with this hollow n symbol. So any integer, any whole number that's bigger than, strictly bigger than 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, etc., they're called natural numbers. And any integer at all can be represented by the symbol z. So z is the set of all possible integers, all possible whole numbers, positive, negative, or 0. And there are three symbols that you need to learn. So to introduce some more notation, there's this symbol here, which means is a member of. So if I were to say x is a member of the real numbers, well, I've just told you what it means. It means x is a member of, or is contained within, the set of real numbers. X is a member of, or x is contained within, the set of real numbers. So I've said whatever the value of x is, I know from this statement here that it's going to be a real number. Extending this notation, this curvy bracket means the set containing. So I'm just going to write a bit of a mess of numbers here, like that, and I'm going to explain exactly what this notation means. So this means the set containing all x values such that, and that's what that colon means, such that x is real. We just came across that statement before. X is a member of the real numbers, or for short, x is real. And we'll put an extra condition on there. And x is less, and that's a strictly less than. So in maths, strictly means less than, and non-strictly will be less than or equal to. X is strictly less than 7. So basically this here says the set contains all real numbers up to but not including 7. So all the way from minus infinity up to but not including the number 7. Set notation. So let's develop on this and have a go at a couple of questions to do with writing things in set notation. And here's the question here. Express the following in set notation. All integers from minus 4 to 4. So minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Express that in set notation. So now we're being asked to express whole numbers bigger than 6. So, again, whole numbers, the set of all x values, and we're told that x is an integer, so x is a member of the set of integers. And the additional restriction that x is bigger than 6, like that. But there is an alternative answer as well. That gives an equivalent set of numbers. So the set of all x values such that, And we could say that x is a natural number such that x is bigger than 6. So the main difference is z, as we said before, is all integers from negative infinity up to positive infinity, all integer values. N, natural numbers, are integers but starting at 1. So these sets are identical because here we're restricting it to numbers bigger than 6. Here we're restricting it to numbers bigger than or equal to 1, integers bigger than or equal to 1, and a further restriction, x is bigger than 6. So both of these sets are equivalent. Both of these sets contain all the integers 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on, all the way up to infinity. The final one of these examples, it says real numbers bigger than -2, but less than or equal to 4.5. So we're told the real numbers again. So the set of all x values such that x is real. And we're told that it's bigger than -2, but less than or equal to 4.5. So that there is how to write sets of numbers. So let's move on from that. Before we do, I should say that question 1 of the associated worksheet with set and interval notation has questions like this on. So if you want to practice that now, feel free to before you go on to the next bit of the video. Up to you. So further applying this now, it says list all of the values in the following sets. So this is expressing to us that it's the set of all x values such that x is a natural number, i.e. an integer bigger than or equal to 1, but x is less than 8. So all integers that are positive, because that's what n means, but less than 8. And that's the set there. Part B. The set of all d values such that d is an integer, where d lies between -2 but less than 8. Okay, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are the numbers there. And the interval notation will split into a separate video because questions 1 and 2 on the worksheet now cover the skills that we've just learnt. So to separate these skills off, we'll stop this video there and do interval notation on a separate video. So have a go at questions 1 and 2 of the worksheet. We're now going to have a look at interval notation. So interval notation talks about intervals of real numbers. So when we talk about intervals, we're instantly assuming that we're talking about the set of real numbers, written like that there. So it's intervals talk about real numbers. So I'll give you an example of an interval of real numbers. So let's say we've got 7, 10, like that. Now we might be fooled into think that these are coordinates, but in this context, when I'm talking about intervals, that means the set of all real numbers that lie strictly between 7 and 10. Now this word strictly means it's a not equal to inequality. So what this means is the set of all x values such that x is real. We assume real numbers because we're talking about intervals where x lies between 7 and 10 strictly, like that. And the part of it that means strictly, i.e. one of these not equal to inequalities, is these curvy brackets here. Those curvy brackets mean we use strict inequalities. If I do a different example, let's say, get the right colour, let's say between 10 and 20, notice I've got one curvy bracket and one square bracket. So again, it's interval notation, so that tells us it's the set of all x values where x is a real number. That will always be the case for intervals, such that x lies strictly above 10. We can see it's strictly because it's a curvy bracket. A curvy bracket means strictly. And here we have non-strictly, i.e. or equal to. So lies strictly above 10, i.e. bigger than 10. But less than or equal to, because it's a square bracket, 20. And let's close that set bracket there. So let's have a look at an example question. So write the following intervals in set notation. So the first one there, curvy bracket, 0, 5. You might want to pause and have a go at it yourself. But I'll get on with it. So it's the set of all x values, where x is a real number because it's an interval. Intervals are always real numbers. Where x lies between 0 and 5. And we can see that the curvy brackets, so it's strictly between 0 and 5, i.e. not equal to inequalities. So that's part A, that's the first one. Let's do another. So there it is there. Square brackets, 0, 5. Pause the video if you want and have a go at it yourself. So my answer for B is the set of all x values such that x is real. Again, always the case for intervals. X lies again between 0 and 5, except the square brackets this time, so we're going to use non-strict or equal to, as they're sometimes known, inequalities. So hopefully you're getting the hang of this now. Let's try another. So that one there. Don't have to go yourself, pause the video. And the answer is the set of all x values where x is a real number. X lies once again between 0 and 5, except the inequality for 0 is non-strict. It can equal 0, but it can't equal 5 because of the curvy bracket. And another. So there it is there. 0 to 5 again. Pause the video if you want to have a go. And it's the set of all x values such that x is real. No surprises there. And once again between 0 and 5. Not very creative with my examples here. And I can see that it's a non-strict inequality on the right hand side because it can equal 5. That square bracket tells me that. But it's strictly bigger than 0, i.e. can't equal 0 and not equal to inequality. And that's intervals for you. So let's turn this round. Looking at these examples here, when we're given sets, let's try and turn these into intervals. Now we know we can turn these ones into intervals because we're talking real numbers. So express the following sets as intervals. So you might want to pause the video, have a go at those. See if you can decipher it. I'll go through it now. So I can see they're both strict inequalities. So we'll use curly brackets and they're strictly between 1 and 4. Nice and straightforward. Part B. Might want to pause it, have a go. Otherwise, I'll crack on with it. So we can see the left-hand side, this one here is a non-strict inequality. So it's a square. And the right-hand side is a strict. So it's a curvy. So -1, 8, like that. And finally, see if you can manage these ones. Pause it, have a go. But they're only one-sided inequalities this time, so that poses a problem. So, x bigger than or equal to 15. Well, that means that the lower bound is 15. And it has no upper bound. So we're going to write infinity there. And the lower bound, we can see, is a non-strict inequality. So it's a square bracket. And infinity, nothing can ever equal infinity. So it's always going to be strict when there's an infinity on the upper bound, or the lower bound for that matter. Part D. Again, pause if you want to have a go. The set of all x values such that x is real, where x is bigger than or equal to -4. So again, strict on the left hand side is bigger than or equal to -4. Give that a minus sign. And again, it goes all the way up to infinity. And that's intervals for you. So have a go at the associated worksheet. Lots of examples on there, all with work solutions, and see how you get on.